Okay, kids, we'll be going with one more small question. This question probably I should have asked in your class also. It's like if a river is flowing with speed 3. If a river is flowing with speed 3 and man can swim with speed 5. River is flowing with speed 3, man can swim with speed 5 with respect to the river. Now, if the drift has to be minimum, it can be 0. So, drift can be 0. Now, for that drift to be minimum, that is for the drift to be 0, in which direction he has to swim? That's the question. If the river speed is 3 and man speed is 5 with respect to river, drift can be 0. So, for the drift to be 0, in which direction he has to swim? So, what you people will be doing is, if the river is flowing this way with speed 3, then he will be swimming somewhere in this direction, so that river will push him and effectively he will be going in this direction. So, man's speed is nothing but river speed plus man speed with respect to river, right? Motion of river plus motion with respect to river. Motion of the river is 3. Motion with respect to river is 5, and the resultant must be in the vertical direction. So, when I put them in vector notation, this vector plus this vector must be in the vertical direction. This is motion of the river, motion with respect to river. Motion of the river plus motion with respect to river must be in this direction, that is with respect to ground. With respect to ground, you can treat it like motion of the river and motion with respect to river. So, resultant of these two must be in the vertical direction. This is 5, I said man's speed is 5, river speed is 3. Resultant, now you can see a right angle triangle here, so resultant this is going to be 4, right? Now, if you want to find this angle, sin theta is 3 by 5, so theta is 37. So, if the drift has to be minimum in this case, at what angle he has to swim? He has to swim at an angle 37 degrees with the vertical, 37 degrees to the left with the vertical, right? Now, here the drift can be 0 because man's speed is more than river's speed. But if man's speed is less than river's speed, so let me say man's speed is 3 and river speed is 5 in the next question. So, river can flow with 5, even if man swims exactly backward, still he will be going ahead only. So, he can't make his drift 0. So, let me interchange the velocities. Let me say river's velocity is 5, river's velocity is large and man's velocity is 3 with respect to river. Now, the drift can't be 0, but we need to make the drift minimum. Now, again I can see his motion in two parts. Motion of the river and motion with respect to river. Motion of the river is in this direction and speed is 5. Now, with respect to river, he can swim in many possible directions. If he swim in this direction, he will be going ahead with speed 8. If he swims in the backward direction, he will go ahead with speed 2. So, if he swims at some random direction, he will be going in some random direction. Like, let me say if he is trying to swim in this direction, then what will happen? Resultant of this speed plus this speed will be in this direction. So, he will be going in this direction. So, there will be many possibilities here, but out of all these possibilities, we need minimum drift. That is, we need minimum angle with the vertical. Now, if you notice, if this guy swims in this direction, then the resultant will be along this way. This white color thing plus this thing will be along this direction. Now, if he tries to swim in this direction, he will be going along this direction. Out of all these possibilities, if you notice, minimum drift, that is with the vertical, the minimum angle is going to happen when this is going to be a tangent. So, this is 5 and this is 3 and this is 90 degrees. So, you will be getting this angle, this theta, this angle. If this angle is theta, this angle will be 90 minus theta, this will be theta. So, sin theta is 3 by 5. Again the same thing. If the drift has to be minimum, again he is swimming with 37 degrees to the left of the vertical. So, resultant velocity is going to be 4. You can see a right angle triangle, right? So, if this is 3 and this is 5, this is going to be 4. So, he will be ending up somewhere here. That is the minimum drift point. If he tries at any other angle, even if he tries at this angle or at this angle, his drift is going to be even more. So, no matter whether it is that case or this case, he has to swim in the same angle. So, if you don't know how to do this, what you do is just interchange the velocities and make it as previous question and get the answer.